Just after completing the first triple Raptor static fire test on 20th of October, 2020, SpaceX fixed the nose cone on the top of Starship SN8 vehicle, reaching a milestone on 22nd October. The second static fire test, which is coming up this week, will involve propellant being fed from the header tank system. As per the local road closure notice, the test is expected to take place in a day slot. SN8 passed through the first major objective in impressive fashion, progressing in a staggered manner with a preburner attempt aborted, followed by a preburner test involving at least 2 of the Raptors. SpaceX attempted another preburner test of 3 Raptor engine on 21st October night. Starship progress ahead with completing the preburner test. Then Elon Musk, CEO of SpaceX, tweeted, "Data from 3-engine Starship static fire this morning looks good. Proceeding with nose cone mate." Then the Starship nose cone equipped with control fins was rolled out from Boca Chica factory and fixed with the Starship spacecraft. Nose cone installation was split into several parts. Then the barrel section was made by wielding 5 stainless steel rings. Then both the windbreak and barrel were joined. Finally, with the help of Tankzilla, the crawler crane, nose cone was rolled out of the factory. 2 self-propelled modular transporter along with 2 crawler cranes, the Liebherr LR-1600, were used to bring the nose cone to the launch site. After getting a little bogged down on the highway, the huge crane was placed near SN8, awaiting the nose cone that soon followed on its own self-propelled modular transporter, SPMT. Mate day involved several hours of waiting, as the wind strength was deemed too high to allow for the nose cone lift. With the sun setting, the go was given for Tankzilla to take the strain and hoist the impressive-looking nose cone into the air for the mating operations to be completed. This procedure, only previously carried out with the Mk1 Starship, which was effectively a non-flight vehicle, was completed without issue. On the same day, SpaceX stacked a flight-worthy Starship prototype to its full height for the first time. The company decided to swap one of the rocket's 3 Raptor engines ahead of one last major pre-flight test. Curiously, at the same time as SpaceX engineers and technicians were removing Raptor serial number 39, SN39, from Starship SN8, a second Raptor, SN36, was briefly removed from a specialized transport truck. Once SN39 was removed, both it and SN36 were loaded onto a separate flatbed and carefully driven back to SpaceX's Boca Chica Starship factory. It's unclear why SpaceX seemingly aborted October 22's in situ Raptor replacement, but Raptor SN36, presumed, was ultimately installed in SN39's place on Starship around midnight on October 23. Regardless of why, SpaceX did what it always does and reacted almost immediately, quickly replacing a Raptor engine to keep Starship SN8 on schedule for what could be its last test before an ambitious 15 kilometers, 50,000 feet, launch debut. According to SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, Starship SN8 is expected to complete 2 separate triple Raptor static fire tests before the company is ready to commit the rocket to such an ambitious flight test. SN8 completed what was the Starship and Raptor program's first multi-engine static fire test ever a mere 2 days before SpaceX began installing the rocket's nose cone, a milestone curiously absent from Musk's tweet. It's possible that Musk was speaking under the assumption that SN8 would be fully assembled before it began static fire operations, with checkouts referring to touch-free inspections between 2 back-to-back Raptor tests to simulate the in-flight reignition Starship SN8 will need to perform during its flight debut. If that's the case, SN8 may need to pass 2 more static fires before being cleared for flight. Either way, SpaceX has already scheduled unlabeled Boca Chica road closures from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. CDT, UTC-5, on October 28 and 29th, and 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. CDT on October 30. Given the length of those closures, their purpose is almost certainly to support Starship SN8's next static fire test campaign. With SN8's nose now fully installed, SpaceX will likely focus on testing the liquid oxygen header tank located in the tip to ensure that the smaller subtanks meant to hold Starship's landing propellant are working as expected and capable of supplying 3 thirsty Raptor engines. SpaceX just launched its 100th successful mission, and the company put together an action-packed video to mark the milestone. SpaceX hit the century mark on Saturday, October 24, with the liftoff of a 2-stage Falcon 9 rocket carrying 60 of the company's Starlink broadband satellites to orbit. That same day, SpaceX tweeted out a video documenting all 100 successful launches, starting with a September 2008 flight of a Falcon 1 booster. But the Falcon 1 aced that mission and its next launch as well, paving the way for the workhorse Falcon 9, which is responsible for 95 of SpaceX's 100 successful liftoffs to date. 3 flights have also been performed by the powerful Falcon Heavy, which consists of 3 modified Falcon 9 first stages strapped together, with a central core topped by a second stage and payload. Rocket reuse has been a factor in many of the 100 liftoffs. SpaceX has landed first-stage boosters 63 times during these missions and launched a pre-flown rocket 45 times, according to an update the company posted on Saturday. Such reuse can revolutionize spaceflight by dramatically reducing its cost, making Mars colonization and other ambitious feats feasible, Musk has argued. Not every SpaceX mission has succeeded, of course. In addition to the 3 early Falcon 1 failures, a Falcon 9 broke apart about 2.5 minutes after launching a robotic cargo mission to the International Space Station in June 2015. And a Falcon 9 was destroyed on the pad in September 2016 during preparations for a routine pre-launch static fire test, in which engines are ignited while a rocket remains tethered to the ground. This latter incident was not technically a launch failure, but it did result in the loss of the rocket and the payload, the Amos 6 communications satellite. There haven't been any major rocket problems since the September 2016 mishap, and SpaceX is currently riding a streak of 71 consecutive successful liftoffs. The Falcon rocket line's days are numbered, however. SpaceX is developing a fully reusable system called Starship to eventually take over all the company's spaceflight needs, from launching satellites to orbit to carrying paying customers to the Moon and Mars. 3 early Starship prototypes have taken short test hops, and a 4th is gearing up for a 9-mile high, 15 kilometers, flight soon.